First of all, great hat. Love that hat.
Congrats to Derek Jeter, Mike Hill, Don Mattingly. It's a great accomplishment by those guys. Same thing for the Heat. Great accomplishment. They played well last night. So congrats to those to both the Miami Heat and the Miami Marlins. So happy for them and supportive.
I wanted to ask you about Byron Jones. You get a chance to get him in doing rehab over the weekend, and how's he look?
He's look. Byron's working extremely hard to try to get back as soon as he can. It's very important to him. So he's in here. He's working. He's making a lot of improvement. We'll see how this goes this week.
Guys, all right, Adam again.
I wanted to ask you your thoughts on what you saw, not just yesterday, but the first 3 weeks out of Russell Wilson.
I mean, this is a spectacular player. I mean, this guy's it's tough to defend. He makes really good decisions. He can extend plays. He's accurate with the football. Pretty much knows what you're in from a coverage standpoint because he's seen a lot of exotic, defenses. I mean, he's one of the best players in the league. He's if not the best. So this will be an extremely challenging game for us. It's not just him. I mean, they've got receivers, they've got backs, they've got good old line, they got tight ends. They play a really good defense. They play in the kicking game. They're well coached. They've played together for a long time. This will be a tough challenge for us. So we've got to have a good week of preparation, and then we got to play well.
Josh.
Morning, Flo. Sorry we didn't raise our hands right away. I think we were tweeting about your hat and your congrats to the other Miami teams.
That's Matt. Matt's got the whole hand raising thing. To me, you guys just do that, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Not a good idea, Coach.
I wanted to. I guess we ask this every week, but the offensive line and just your thoughts overall on how they perform. And then also if I could specifically hone in on Austin Jackson, it seems like he's really held it together these first 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think they're coming together. Look, they work hard to all get on the same page. I mean, I think individually they're a hard working group, but collectively as a unit, they understand that communication is important. That playing as a unit is very important. I think Steve's done a really good job. And just staying on top of them about the fundamentals, the techniques, working with one another. They spend a lot of time together. That's what you need. There's still a lot of improvement to make. It hasn't been all perfect, but I think as a group, we got leadership from the more veteran guys, Jesse, Ted Karras, Eric, and then our young players from Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson, and Solomon. They're just following their lead, which I feel like we're talking about that every week. But if we just continue to do that, I think we have a chance to get better, improve. Specific to Austin, I know you asked about him, Josh. I think being a rookie, there's things that he's learning every time he goes out there. Every different situation, whether it's third down, in a 5-man protection, whether it's goal line and what that, how different that snap is and a normal snap in the field, and how big, strong, and this isn't just specific to Austin, but all those rookies, how big, strong, fast the defensive linemen in this league are. I think he's getting acclimated to that, but every week it's a different challenge, and this week, it's certainly a big challenge against this group that we're going to see, and this team that we're going to see. But I think if we just continue to try to improve every day, and hopefully we continue to get better.
Adam.
I think you're froze a little bit, Adam.
All right, we'll go to Steve Wine.
Morning, Coach. How would you describe Mike Gesicki's development in the time that you've been here? And what do you see as far as yet untapped potential for him and the way you might use him?
Mike, I think Mike's definitely, we've seen a lot of improvement, from him since I've been here and really since his rookie year. And I think that's just, time spent in the league, understanding different defenses, understanding how different, leverages of defenders, understanding coverages. He's got obviously a good rapport with Fitz, and you're starting to see some of he's talented. When you put all of it together, you can see kind of the talent show up on game day. He's still got a long way to go as far as, there's things in his game that he can improve on, top of the route, releases, things of that nature, blocking. But he's definitely made a lot of improvement. He's made plays for us this season so far. But there's still a lot, he's left a few plays out there also. And I think it's, the tight end room with Durham and, Adam. It's a good group. They work well together. I think they complement each other well. Chandler Cox is also full back tight end. They complement each other well. I think they're making some improvements. But again, consistency is a big thing in this league, and that's what we need. And I think you build consistency through practice and walkthroughs, and continuing to work the way that they work to have the little bit of success they've had so far. Again, as an overall team, we got a long way to go. And look, we got a great challenge this week against a really good team, and we're going to have to, really prepare and play well to give ourselves a chance to win.
Joe Shad.
Flo, what are some of the things that first year defensive coach Josh Boyer and some of the new defensive coaches need to do to reach their full potential as a staff? Obviously, we're very early in the season.
Yeah, I think it's similar to what we're looking for within the team. Getting games under our belt, the communication in game, the communication in practice, the communication post game. All those things, we're working through. And look, I think we've got a good young staff, and I'm excited about each one of these guys. Whether it's, obviously Josh, but Campanelli and, Gerald Alexander and Austin Clark and Hobby. And it's a good group. They work well together. And I think hopefully we grow over the course of the season like you want your team to grow over the course of the season, offensively, defensively, and in a kicking game. So I'm happy with those guys. And, hopefully we just continue to get better and improve as a unit, because that's what we're asking the players to do.
Safid.
Hey, Coach, good morning. Defensively, what do you tell your players about Russell Wilson's scramble ability and how to try to contain him as much as you can when he's out there on the field?
Well, tell me he's a great player. And we have to do everything at a high level to limit this offense. So from a communication standpoint, from a tackling standpoint, from a pass rush standpoint, we have to play very well to keep this offense limited and contained. I think, they're gonna make some plays. They're good. They got a good quarterback and they got good players, so they're gonna make a few plays. And we just need to try to keep we got to continue to try to just, have good communication, have good technique and fundamentals, tackle well, defend the deep part of the field. You get a good rush, and we got to play well. It's a good offense. It's a good team, led by Russell Wilson, led by Pete Carroll. So it'll be definitely a a big challenge.
Hal?
Hi, Brian. I wanted to ask you about consistency on the roster. Obviously, last year, it seemed like you had a lot of challenges as a head coach with so many changes on the roster. And this year, how comforting must it be to have that stability that you're enjoying right now?
I mean, it's always good to be working with a group of guys consistently. So you can build, the continuity, some continuity. I think the guys, they work extremely hard to try to build that continuity, that camaraderie. But this league, things happen within the league, and, 1 week's different from the other. So, as of, right now, as we sit, we haven't made a lot of moves that could, very easily change next week. Hopefully it didn't just jinx us, Hal. Yeah, I mean, it's you want to build continuity and consistency. It's, I think the easiest way to do that is to have the same guys kind of doing the same things, seeing the same, or having this, the communication with the same guys, so that, eventually you get to the point where you pretty much know what the guy next to you is going to say, and eventually you get to the point where you don't have to say anything. I mean, that takes time, obviously, but it's time on the job with the same guys. So hopefully we can continue, working with the same players in the same positions. But again, this league is, as we've seen, things change on rosters week to week. So we've got to be able to adjust and be flexible also.
All right, we have time for two more. We'll go to Omar.
Good morning, Flo. I want to ask you, how do you feel that Bobby McCain's adjustment to safety, I know it's the second year playing the position, is going, and how important is he to helping the communication back there in the defense?
I think Bobby's a very important part to our defense. I think, safety, linebacker, but specifically safety, you're the quarterback of the defense. So a lot of what he does is getting guys lined up pre-snap so that we can have, a good, let's call it post-snap play. I think he's done a good job of that. I think in some instances we've been aligned correctly. We've been in the right places, but, we either haven't made the play or had a bad post-snap read but Bobby's he's played well so far this year. And, his leadership, his communication, I think he's tackled well thus far. So I think he's played well, and we need him to continue to play well. We need other guys to kind of play the way he's been playing, and his leadership, it shows up on our team. And I've been very pleased with him.
All right, final question, Safid.
Coach, last season it took 8 weeks for you guys to get their first win. This season, 3 weeks in. What can that do for your psyche as a coach, your assistants, and your players to have a win under their belts this early in the season?
And it's always good to win. No one likes losing. But obviously winning builds confidence. And again, the guys have worked extremely hard, so it's always nice to get a win, so that all that hard work, it's for a reason. But it's for a reason whether you win or lose. And I think guys need to understand that there's a maturity that comes with. There's a maturity you have to understand that that continued the way you work and the way you prepare. Eventually you'll see results from it, and that's the kind of the message that we as a staff try to give to the players. I think they take it to heart and they understand it. And I think we've seen improvement over the first 3 weeks, and hopefully we continue to improve. And again, hopefully we're a better team now, down the road, or a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, or 10 weeks from now than we are right now. So that's always the message. but yes, you know, winning builds confidence, and it just reinforces, you know, a lot of the things that we're already saying as coaches, that if you you tackle well, you block well, you defeat blocks, you break tackles, you know, hit explosive plays, you limit explosive plays, you play well in the kicking game, kick coverage, you block on kickoff return, you know, or punt return, and we can create, you know, first downs in that area as well. It just, you know, when you talk about it and then you watch it happen in the game, it just reinforces a lot of the things you're saying, and it builds confidence. So it's always good to win. And, you know, again, we got a tough challenge this week. Against a very good team, so we're gonna have to really play well, really prepare well, to give ourselves a chance.